It's not all fun and games. I mean, at some point, someone gets hurt, right?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
What is...
That was my funny thought.
What is it?
Because you always start the show with something stupid and random that we weren't even talking about. So I decided to do it this time.
I had a good one this week, too.
Save it. No, go ahead and do it. Go ahead.
No, it's fine.
We'll pretend it just started.
No, because now everyone knows, and it's just, it takes away from all of it. You steal everything.
I do.
You give me... I thought I would do this podcast and that, it'd be a cool way for me to, meet new people, and everyone just wants to hear you.
That's not true. They want to hear us.
All right, whatever. My point is that it would be gross if we all had to smell with our hands.
Oh, my God.
That's what I was going to say.
What if we felt with our nose?
I can feel with my nose.
What if
no. The difference, the difference in what I said that makes
no. What if we had
some people might have to,
What if we had fingers coming off our nose? I mean, that's how you ate and it curled in and you put it in your mouth.
I mean, I feel like if you had finger noses, nose fingers, that makes sense. If you had nose fingers, it would save you time because you would just drop it into your mouth.
Yeah, I think.
But then at the same time, why wouldn't you just use your mouth? Because you already have to put your head onto the plate. So it's going to be just as fast for you to just use your mouth. Could you imagine having to try to hold a fork? You'd have to have special forks. Swivel. You'd have to have swivel forks.
Finger food.
Yeah, well, technically everything's finger food anyways.
Soup's not.
I mean, I guess if you want to be a punk about it.
What's that mean?
I'll cup a hand in some soup.
But, when you go to places like medieval times, you just take your bread and you dunk it in there and then you drink the soup. But you don't, lap it up with your fingers.
Yeah, but okay, well, even if you are using bread, you're holding the bread in your fingers.
Yeah, but then you're holding the fork or spoon in your fingers.
Which goes back to what I said, everything's finger food. Hey, everybody, welcome to this episode of Laugh and Be Blessed with your hosts, Jake and Chia Ruble.
Yeah, that's me.
You're the Ruble. I'm a Ruble, you're just a Ruble.
Ruble.
We're what was that? Are you okay?
I don't know.
Did you almost die on
some in some cultures you do say that female and male last name different, like in Russia.
Yeah.
So
I mean, okay.
I'm just saying.
And the last name is Russian.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure that poor is the same in Russia, male or female, because ruble basically means poor. Because a lot of people are like, ruble, that's like Russian money, right? Like gems. And I'm like, it's half a cent, I believe.
Yeah.
It's,
yeah.
You don't even have I don't even have a full cent. I have no sense.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
That makes sense. You don't have any sense, so.
Hey, that was rude. I had a very fun show tonight.
Did you?
I did my first,
Sunday show?
Yeah. I'm trying to think if I've done any other, indie shows. Other than Mike's. I mean, Greenwood is southern Indianapolis, but I don't think I've done any Indianapolis shows really. So it was my first one. It was great. It was at Black Circle Brewing. Mm-hmm. Such a dope place. Chi-Chi, listen. This place was so sick. Mm-hmm. It made me want to drink. Not being alcoholic, but I was just I wish I had an excuse to come in here more.
I mean, you can just go see people.
Well, so I'm
sure they have non-alcoholic beer.
They do. They actually have CBD infused waters.
What?
And they were like, dude, you should get one. I'm like, I'm trying to drive, and that stuff will, and they're just like, it's CBD. I'm like, you don't know me. I may look like I can handle some stuff, but I'm going to sleep. So as soon as you walk in, there's a bunch of pinball machines, mm-hmm. and they're the best pinball machines ever.
The best.
Tales from the Crypt.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, so pretty good. And then I'm walking around the corner to go to the restroom, and there, up on the wall, is a poster for the movie The Mutilator.
Did we ever finish that?
No, not whenever we're watching it. As soon as we have internet again, we'll finish it.
Yeah.
But Yeah, so no one knows that movie, though. That's what's wild, is I've asked many people about that movie, which it's either called The Mutilator or Fall Break, depending. But the fact that they had like a huge poster on the wall of it, I was like, yeah, this is my place. I like this. Then I walked around the corner, and there was a second poster, and the second poster was for one of my dad's favorite movies.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's called Masters of Menace.
Okay.
Do you remember me talking about this movie a few
I remember
years
you
ago?
talking about it, yeah.
Because I had to search and search and search for the movie online to buy it for Dad, and I found a VHS copy of it for like $40 and bought it. It's a great movie. I love the movie.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they had a poster for that too, and I'm like, how do they have the most obscure... And they only had maybe like 5 or 6 posters on the wall, 2 of which were 2 of the most obscure movies I know. So I was like, this is incredible. So I really liked it, but the show itself was fantastic. So I don't know who all puts this show on, but I know that Alex Price was the one that was running it tonight. And I think there's like I could be wrong, but I think there's a group of people who all kind of helped to run it. So he was running the show tonight, and extremely nice guy, very tall, like really tall, and super, super nice. But like all the comedians that were on the show tonight were fantastic. They were all super funny. And I just had a really good time. It was a great audience, and it was outside, which a lot of times isn't the best venue is to do a show outside. So that was kind of like made me a little bit nervous. No, fantastic, like so good. So I was extremely happy about that. So that was the show that I had. I do have shows coming up.
You do?
Yeah, we want to talk about it?
Yeah.
Mark your calendars. Jake could be coming to a town near you.
I think it makes sense to start with the one that's the closest to us, right?
Probably.
Date-wise, not like in my backyard. Maybe I'll do a backyard show. You don't know me. April 30th, I'm going to be at Gutty's Comedy Club in Greenwood, Indiana, featuring for the very funny and sort of legendary, from what I'm to understand, Robert G. Lee. Oh. This is exciting because I think it's pretty common knowledge at this point. Gutty's has a new location. Which I know,
still haven't been to.
Well, okay. Well, you will never be able to unless you come with me Friday then.
Oh, they're moving again?
Yeah, I didn't tell you this?
No?
Okay, so Gutty's has been in a event center, which is like a big theater. It's very nice. Some great shows have been there, but it's not like their room. You know what I mean? It's like they're in somebody else's space. Although the person who, runs the theater is letting them do a lot of things, letting them pretty much, do whatever. It's just not really like their room. And they were able to get a storefront property at Greenwood Mall.
Oh, wow.
Like...
Oh, you have told me about this.
I know. I just wasn't going to call you a liar, but now everyone knows that you are.
I'm not a liar. I just don't remember everything you say to me.
I think it makes you a liar, though.
No, it doesn't.
Because you lied. Even if you don't know you're lying, you're still a lion. It's like a lion could walk around with stripes on its back and say, I'm a tiger, but he's a lion. He's just lying.
So stupid.
So the cool thing is that the location they're in now in the theater, I opened that place. I was on their first show there, and now I'm going to be on the last show. So I opened and closed this place. So that's pretty cool. The new location looks fantastic, though. It's in Greenwood Mall, and I'm very excited to check that out.
You've seen it?
I've seen videos of it. I've not been there yet.
Okay.
So I'm really excited about it. So if you want to see this theater I've been talking about, that's fantastic. Your only opportunity is going to be this Friday, April 30th. Again, that's Gutty's Comedy Club, Robert G. Lee. May 14th, I will be in Evansville, Indiana, at Backstage Bar and Grill with Andy Beningo. That's going to be a fantastic show, obviously. I always enjoy working with Andy. And then the next day, May 15th, we're going to be in Washington, Indiana, at the Antique Pub. So that is, again, with Andy. So May 14th and 15th. And then May 25th, I will be at Zany's Comedy Club in Nashville doing Dusty Slay's show. So I'm really excited. And I just found out my friend Evan Burke is also going to be doing that show.
Oh, nice.
And I think Evan is hosting May 14th and 15th. I'm not sure. So if so, me and Evan's just going to hang out a whole bunch.
It's always fun to do shows with friends.
Yeah, I might be staying with Evan while I'm in Nashville. I'm not sure. I'm either going to stay with him or in a hotel. So, and the reason I might be staying with him is because That's May 25th at Zany's. And then the 27th, I have 2 more shows that will be in Nashville. And I still don't have locations on those yet, but I'm booked on them, so we'll see what happens.
You're going to be there.
I'll be there.
Wherever they are.
Yeah, I'll just follow Evan.
I'll be there.
Okay. So that is shows that are coming up. I think it's time to get into the reading log.
All right.
Here's what we're reading.
What are you reading? What's going on with you?
So I finished another book since our last show. I finished Checklist Manifesto.
I did not know this. You did not tell me that.
Yeah, I finished. It wasn't it since our last one?
I don't know.
Yeah, because we had just came back from vacation. I thought I finished it. Maybe not. Yeah, I think I finished that since our last show. I've read 19 books so far. So now I am on Prince Lestat. It's an Anne Rice book. It's part of the Vampire Chronicles. Mm-hmm. This was something I started reading probably when I was 16 or 17.
Now, just so everybody knows who's not familiar with the books, what would they be familiar with?
So
with
you
Anne
would
Rice?
be familiar with her first book was Interview with a Vampire, which was adapted into a movie with Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt and Christian Slater and Kristen Dunst.
The Brad Pitt.
I mean, I don't think it's going to be confused with anyone else.
No. It's just like how knights, you have to say like Sir Elton John and stuff like that.
The Brad Pitt. I gotcha. And then another one of her books, Queen of the Damned, was adapted into a movie too, starring Aaliyah as Akasha.
I can't stop thinking about Brad Pitt. He's so dreamy.
I get like that too.
Wait. What's your favorite Brad Pitt role?
12 Monkeys.
12 Monkeys.
12 Monkeys. I love it. It's so good.
Yeah.
If you've not seen 12 Monkeys and you want to see it's a serious like futuristic movie, but his character is just so funny, and that's one of the movies we quote more than anything.
Yeah, if you're sitting in my chair, or if we say the word chair, we automatically are like, get out of my chair.
Get out of my chair.
Yeah, it's tied with Snatch for me. Those
Snatch is a
two
good one.
roles are tied.
So now I'm reading, I don't know. I thought this was the last book. I think this is the 11th book in the series. So I was like, all right, I'm going to finish another series. And I realized there's been 2 more that have come out. So I don't know if I'll finish. I might finish it this year, but...
It's only 2 books in a whole year. We're not even halfway.
3. I've got
Are
one,
we halfway
and then I have
through the
2
year?
more.
We're not even halfway through the year, so you're kind of doing great.
But, my goal was 15. I read 19 out of 15, and I'm not setting a new goal because I don't want to disappoint myself.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, oh, you're doing good. Next
keep
year
rolling.
I might move it up to 20.
Yeah, but if you say 20, and this year, if you read 20, then you only have to read 15 next year, because you just bank those 5.
That's smart.
Yeah, you just bank them.
I don't.
What do you mean? You don't think you can do that?
I mean, I
We
do
make
whatever
the
I
rules.
want. Yeah.
Like, we're doing this.
My
we're
rules,
making the
my
rules.
goals. What are you reading?
Oh, I'm still reading The Shining.
Yeah.
We haven't addressed this. You may notice there's not a baby
Yes.
in the room, and I was kind of waiting to talk about this. Luckily,
Baby has been
baby went
reunited
home.
with mom.
Yeah.
And that's the goal with these things.
Yeah.
Is family reuniting and becoming stronger as a family unit.
Yeah, we were just happy that we could be temporary foster.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess is what you call what we were doing.
Fostering, yeah.
So since we had the baby here, though,
We weren't reading as much.
yeah, and when I was told there's a baby in the house, for whatever reason, in my mind, I was like, yeah, that's gonna be fine. It's like not gonna affect me hardly at all. Not thinking that I don't have a normal job.
Yeah.
I work from home,
Yeah.
and I work on the weekends.
Yes.
So if I do have shows, I'll leave Thursday or Friday and go to the shows. But if I'm home working, I just write articles, which means that I just work from here. You can do that with a baby on your lap, which means that when you and your mom had to go to work,
Right.
I was surprised how often I had the baby.
Yeah, the baby a lot.
And which is completely fine. And
Yeah.
I'll talk about that later whenever we get into what we're watching.
Well, it's also funny because we're like, yeah, we've had babies, but we had such a vanilla, I guess, life. Like you worked usually Monday through Friday. I was
Oh yeah, we had a very
mom.
structured life. We had a normal.
Especially when you were. Oh, I didn't want to say the word normal because what's normal, you know?
Yeah, no, yeah.
But
So vanilla,
traditional.
I guess. Okay,
There
there
you go.
Sure.
You know, you were home by 5 or 6.
Yeah.
I made dinner every night. Bedtime was at a regular time.
Yeah.
So it was we had a very structured
Yeah, we're
setting.
not
But
like
here
that
we're
now.
like,
What's for dinner? I will make you 17
Yeah.
peanut butter and jelly
Well-
sandwiches if you don't tell your
well,
mom I forgot dinner.
what's for dinner is kind of hard on us right now too. Another reason why maybe we've gotten out of our routine. We we moved in with my mom 7 years ago just to kind of work on our credit and get a down payment for our own home. And then we realized, because
Let's just buy this house.
Yeah. So we now are making the house payments, but it's so nice to have an extra adult in the house with
Yeah,
the kids.
we're not outnumbered now.
Right,
There's
exactly.
3 on 3. And I can push a kid down.
And this has been the house I have grown up in. We moved on this property when I was a year old, and the house was built when I was 5. But in that time, with my mom being a single mom, she didn't get to do any updates.
Right.
So now it's been,
Like 26 years or something like that. I think it's 26 years now.
yeah. No, it's not been 26 years, has it? Oh, it has been.
Yeah, we're on year 26 of the house being built. Because last
No,
year
actually,
you guys
28. 28, because I'll be 33. So 28
okay.
years ago is when the house was built. So we've slowly been doing updates. My mom's room, she completely redid. We redid the kids' rooms. We built our own bedroom. And
Yeah, we have the biggest bedroom in the house because I built it.
Right.
I was just like, all right, I'll build a master bedroom.
our downstairs bedroom is beautiful. And then we just recently had put in a mudroom on the front porch. And it's great and spacious. However, right now, it is a little makeshift kitchen. We have a crock pot in there and microwave and all that stuff. And in the living room, we have a fridge because it is time for the kitchen to be done.
And by that, so Friday, I'm not doing the renovations.
No,
Like when it comes to
no.
plumbing and like big renovations like that, I'm just not going to do it. I can do construction. I can do a little bit of carpentry.
Right.
But I don't want to.
Right.
I really
Why?
don't. And that's our thing is we're like, if we could just pay someone to do it, I would rather the
Someone
convenience
has
of paying
made that
someone.
their skill. So
Yeah. Well, and I think that a lot of people try to make men feel bad about themselves if they aren't the ones doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh, well, you're going to let somebody else do it? And I'm just like, yeah, because I can afford it.
yeah.
You know? It's just like, yeah, absolutely. It's the
Well-
whole same thing. It's the same thing with like guys who work on cars. Like there's been so many times that somebody's like, I can't believe you don't just change your own oil. And I'm like, dude, I used to. And guess what? It cost almost the exact same amount of
yeah.
money. So I'm not saving money,
But-
and I don't enjoy
But
it.
I'm sorry, we don't have a garage where you can just get under the car. So really, it takes more time.
Yeah. Oh, it takes a lot more time
Yeah.
and a lot of busted knuckles, and I don't like
Yeah.
it. So right now, our kitchen, everything is ripped completely out of our kitchen,
Completely out.
even the floor. Like right now, we like the cats just keep getting in the house
Yeah.
because there's just a hole in the floor. So and it should be almost completed this week, I think. Whenever they get back, like they'll get the majority of the kitchen done this
Oh,
week.
really? Okay.
I think so. They'll get all
It's
the big
a-
stuff done.
It's a kind of funny because this whole time I've lived in this house, you walk in the living room, and there's a back wall of the living room, and off to the side there's a door, and you go in the kitchen, but you can't see inside the kitchen. That will no longer be the case.
We're
It
opening
is
it completely
open concept.
Up. Yeah, it's gonna be great.
So it's been a little hectic around here.
Yeah, so I've just
Beautiful
not.
chaos.
Yeah, I've just not been able to read because with all that, because it's very obviously very noisy. Mm-hmm. And then before they were here, I was with the baby
Yeah.
a lot. So
And then Friday came around, and Friday is when baby went home, and they also started the construction. And in the midst of starting the construction, we have now lost our internet. So
Yeah.
we've had no internet all week. We'll use the phone as a hotspot to get this posted, but you would think having no internet, we
Yeah.
would read more.
No.
We
We've-
busted out all the Blu-rays
Oh,
and
yeah.
DVDs. This is why we still keep them and buy them.
That's true. Yeah, that's why we still have them. So, and that leads us right into what we've been watching.
It's a lot.
What are we watching?
So we'll start with, like I said, I will talk about like what I had the baby, so I watched some Disney stuff.
Oh, nice.
It's not that I had to have an excuse to have a baby here to watch Disney stuff, because
Right.
I watch Disney stuff a lot anyways.
Yeah.
But I hadn't watched.
This is before we lost internet, by the way.
Oh, that's true. But that's fine. So, but I hadn't watched. But it's still what.
Yeah.
Shut up.
I'm just saying, like,
I'm just gonna say. I hadn't watched like the first Toy Story,
yeah.
or Finding Nemo,
In a
or
long
Aladdin
time.
in
Oh,
quite a while.
Yeah.
And those were the 3 movies we watched the most with our babies.
Well, Jasmine is named after Jasmine from Aladdin.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're ridiculous.
But they're both. I think all 3. No, not Roman. So the 2 bigs.
Yeah.
So we call Jasmine and Holden the bigs.
The bigs.
And then we call Roman the little.
But they're all pretty much the same size right now.
Exactly. So the bigs loved Toy Story. That was
my
their
God.
favorite.
When Toy Story 3 came out, I was so happy because Toy Story 1 and 2 were just on a loop. When Jasmine would wake up, and this is so cute, when she'd wake up in the morning, we'd hear her little door rattle because she couldn't quite open it yet, and she'd knock on it. So I'd walk over to her door and open it, and it'd get open like a crack, and all I could see was her little face first, and she'd go, toy, toy,
Toy Toy?
toy, toy, first thing in the morning, and
Yeah,
I was
every
like,
single
I was
morning.
like,
Toy Toy.
I would already have it ready to go.
Yeah. So, and that was her, and Holden really, really loved
my
it. So much
gosh.
so to where, like, his baby blanket was Toy Story.
He still has that.
And he still has it, and it's still in his bed.
Yeah.
And then Roman's favorite was the Lorax.
Oh, that was so cute.
Yeah, he
would
loved
that
it.
opening song. He
Yeah,
just
bounce around. He loved the Lorax. So I watched some Disney which was pretty cool, and it was a nice little break from what I normally watch.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there was not a lot of throats getting cut or anything
Right.
like that.
Jasmine,
a lot of parents getting murdered, but-
was awful terrified of Finding Nemo though when she was little.
Yeah, I thought it was because of the barracuda
No.
or whatever in the beginning,
No,
but it's the boat.
When he gets kidnapped, she could not handle when.
This is too much.
Spoiler alert!
Oh, you
Nemo
idiot.
gets kidnapped.
Oh my god! And then they have to do. What do they do?
Well, they had to find him.
That's the name. Okay, just kidding.
It's the whole movie. I'm sorry.
Are you done talking?
I'm never done talking.
No, I just didn't want to be a jerk. I just didn't want to jump in and just
No, jump
talk
right
over.
in.
You sure?
Dive in.
So I watched
Well, I wasn't
I watched
finished,
the Disney.
but-
I mean, I'll wait. And then our power went out, and whenever our power went out, it was like, yeah, we could read. Probably should have.
I thought about it.
I
My book was
could.
right by me.
And I could. Well, my book wasn't in the house. It's been in the Jeep. So that's another reason why. Is every time I went to go pick up the book, you were gone in the Jeep.
So sure.
No,
What a good excuse.
Yeah, I'll just.
Yeah,
but
good
I keep.
answer. Good answer.
I'm gonna put it back in the Jeep. And then another option is I could have just used my phone as a hotspot, or we could have just watched TV on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
But I recently. Here's another thing I watched recently. I didn't talk about this. Before the power went out, I watched the documentary, The Last Blockbuster, which Steven talked to me about that.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
that.
it is fantastic.
Yeah.
But man, you want to talk about like getting you in your nostalgia feels. Because it's like watching that, all I could think about was like how much I want to go to a video store. But then I started like really thinking, I'm like, what is it about a video store that's so much better than Netflix? Because Netflix has everything that the video
Right.
store had.
Or if Netflix doesn't, Hulu or HBO Max.
Yeah, just what
you
streaming
can
in
stream
general.
it. Yeah.
It's the tangible thing, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's something that you
Holding it in your
associate.
hand.
Yeah, that. It's like, and I still talk about like on Netflix. I do this thing, and it drives you crazy sometimes. Where I know what I want to watch. I know the movie I want to watch, but
Then-
I won't.
then pick
I
it.
won't. But I won't use the search engine
No,
to
he
find
has
it.
to search for it.
I'll find it like I'm walking through the aisles of a movie
oh my
store.
god, it drives me nuts.
But I like it. I like the feeling. I seriously do that. Even though I know that I want to watch Easy Rider, and I know Easy Rider is on Netflix, and all I have to
Is
do...
it on Netflix?
No.
Oh.
I just was looking at Easy Rider.
Oh.
All I'd have to do is type in Easy Rider, I don't do that. I will look through each genre. I will go through and just see if I can find it that way. Because it's just that same feeling of like knowing what movie you want at the video store and having to walk through the aisles to find it. It's the exact
I went to
same
the
thing.
video store because a cute boy worked there, so.
We did not go there because I worked there. I stalked
Whoa! Whoa!
you. What?
I never said it was you.
You know, I was the only boy who worked there.
You don't know if that's the only video store I went to?
Oh, well, Dan, we got a
Dan
lot
the
of
video man.
We got to talk about something, big guy.
No, it was you.
So, anyways, that's why I like the idea. Like watching that made me kind of think about that, and then I started really thinking about, you know, how much I missed that.
Mm-hmm.
So then, whenever the power went out, I'm using our house like the video store because we have so many
we do.
DVDs and Blu-rays and stuff.
I can't wait until like all of our updates are done with the house and we can have a big shelf like that.
Oh, yeah.
Displays our movies a little bit better because right now, like, they're all over the place. You
Yeah,
kind of have
same
to
with
look
books.
through. They're not quite stacked, but they're.
No, they're stacked,
They're
and
stacked.
they're in no particular order,
No.
which I can't stand.
Now our Marvel movies were, and
They are down
noticed-
there.
Well, now there's stuff in between them,
Oh, well, that's probably just people.
but
throwing it in.
I had those in order.
So, anyways,
We
so
have
Power.
3 Wreck-It Ralph movies.
Do we? We have a bunch of movies like that where we have multiple
Well,
copies.
we have Spider-Man: Homecoming right
Yeah,
right next to
twice.
each
So if anybody needs one, holler. I'm so not cool. holler at your
Oh,
boy.
it's okay. We'll talk about early 2000s in a little bit.
Yeah. So so whenever the power went out, I was like, all right, we're just gonna start watching DVDs. So that's what we've been watching is like the DVDs that we've had. So the one thing that I did watch was Frankie Go Boom, and I watched that. My dude Steven let me borrow that a while back, and I hadn't watched it yet. I put it in. We started watching it last night, and I thought, I've seen this before.
Yeah, it's a really good movie.
It's a great movie. It's got Charlie Hunnam in it, and
he's so
very
if
funny.
you've ever watched Sons of Anarchy, take Jax Teller, and he's the complete opposite. And it's so funny. He's awkward. He's not smooth with the ladies.
Yeah.
He's not like,
not a fighter.
not
Nothing.
a fighter. He's like all worried about breaking the law.
Yeah,
And
he gets
it's just
anxiety
so
and stuff.
funny.
Yeah, it's a really good.
Can't
really good.
even handle like riding on the back of a Vespa
Yeah,
moped.
I didn't think about that.
I did. I was like,
and if you haven't seen it and you have seen Sons of Anarchy, watch it because Clay is also in it, and I'm not
yes,
telling
no.
you. I'm not going to tell you
I
anything
will
about
say,
it.
they had already Sons of Anarchy started in 2008, I think. Frankie Go Boom started in 2012.
Which means that they had been filming
So
for
this
a few
had to
years.
be, when you watch it, you realize this had to be so fun for them.
It was probably very difficult for them not to laugh multiple times because
You just gotta watch
Ron
it.
Perlman plays the funniest character for him to play.
Yes.
Not that it's a funny character, it's just funny to see Ron Perlman play
Yes.
that character.
Yeah.
So anyway, so we watched Frankie Go Boom. Highly recommended if you've not seen it. Really, really like it. And then Chia watched Misery for the first time.
I did. I've realized like throughout the years, there's so many of these old classic movies that I've never watched, but I know what they're about.
Yeah, of course.
So it's a very good movie.
Yeah, I like it. I've not read the book, but I've watched the movie, so
I'll put that on your list.
it's a Stephen King book. It's on the list.
It's on the list.
It's on the list. So, and then we've been watching Tales from the Crypt.
Yes.
So that's been cool. And the kids kind of came in while we were watching season 2 a couple days ago. They came in and started watching it. And I was kind of hesitant at first because there are definitely some very mature moments.
There's a lot of boobs.
Yeah, but the luckily not like boob. Like there are, but the ones that they watched there wasn't, which was nice. There was no nipples or anything like
Well,
that.
I know, but I thought that's why you were hesitant, is because some of the ones you
There's
had watched
that,
were
but
a little bit more
there's that, but then also
nude.
there are some scary episodes. Like not
Yeah.
to me, but I'm thinking like maybe to like a 9-year-old,
Yeah.
which I don't think he was in here. It was just the bigs.
Yeah. Yeah. Roman's 9 now.
He is 9. He just had a birthday.
Yep.
Because we were watching a couple episodes and like Holden got a little creeped out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So now Jasmine is about to turn 12, and Jasmine has been very curious about horror movies, and she's been asking me a lot of questions. And I told her the other day, I said, I think you're old enough to where you can start watching horror movies with me, but I am going to tell you which ones you're allowed to watch, and you're going to start where I think you should start. So I started her. I bought Night of the Living Dead on Blu-ray, and it was an excuse for me to buy Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah.
So I started with that, and we watched it. And Chia and Jasmine both fell asleep
This was
watching it.
Friday night, and we had so much going on Friday
Yeah.
that I had worked Thursday night, and I really didn't sleep Friday much.
Right.
So by the time I got in bed,
Yeah, it was late. It was
Yeah.
after midnight. And then Jasmine was tired too. So, like, Jasmine was liking it. Now, I think we've said it before. The way me and Chia watch horror movies, depending on what horror movie it is, sometimes we're quiet when we watch it, but most of the time we make jokes the whole time. So I told Jasmine that in the beginning. I was like, well, just so you know, this is the way we watch them, and that's what we're going to do. And she fell right in with us.
Yeah.
She was making so many jokes. She was cracking me up.
yeah.
So we watched Night of the Living Dead and didn't finish it because they fell asleep, so I stopped it. And then we'll finish that this week sometime. And then we also watched Dawn of the Dead. Mm-hmm. Now,
the remake.
Not the 1978 version of Dawn of the Dead, but the one that came out in, was it 20...
Oh, God.
I can't remember. I want to say 2003, but I think that's wrong because I feel like it was like 2006 or something like that. But it doesn't matter. It was Zack Snyder. It was like
For some reason, I thought it came out before we got together.
It might be 2003. I think Zack Snyder. This was Zack Snyder's like first real major feature, and it honestly is probably one of my favorite zombie movies. They made the
2004.
2004 is close.
Yeah.
So they made the decision to make the zombies very fast in this movie, which is definitely different than the original Night of the Living Dead. And I've never seen this 1978 version of Dawn of the Dead, but it's in the mail, so I will watch
what
that
about
this
Day
week.
of the Dead?
No, I've never seen that.
Did
yeah,
that come
no. I
after
have
Dawn?
seen that. I have seen that one. Yeah, I believe so.
But I
don't know for sure.
Have you bought it? Do we own it?
No, we don't. So we'll get that as soon as this other one comes in. But anyways, so probably my favorite zombie movie though is Shaun of the Dead, because it's just so good, it's just so funny. So it's a toss up between Shaun of the Dead and Dawn of the Dead on which ones are my favorites. But I also love Night of the Living Dead. I just love zombies.
I was gonna say it's hard for me because we said Dawn of the Dead the other day, but I just watched Zombieland, and that's such a good movie.
Exactly. Yeah,
So,
Zombieland is it's so good.
and
Because
it's-
that's like a really good one because it's funny and the action in it is
Yeah.
also really good. For like a comedy, the action is surprisingly good in it.
Yeah.
Like the whole end of the movie where they're at the theme park, that's awesome.
Do you prefer your zombies to be fast or slow?
Slow.
So I used to think that, but after watching these past few movies, if I had to encounter a zombie, slow, obviously, but for movie purposes, fast.
There's something about I almost feel like slow zombies are scarier.
Really?
But I think it's because with the fast zombies, yeah, they're scary and everything, but it almost just feels like a crazy person. You know, it almost feels like, well, they're just a crazy person.
I mean, but they are.
Yeah, but with slow ones, there's something like creepy about it to where it's like, yeah, you can just push it. If you got one or two of them, you can push them down, you can take them out easy. But whenever they become like a mob and there's like a whole herd of them coming at you and there's nothing you could do and they can just like completely destroy an entire house slowly and then they just rip you apart slowly and there's nothing you can do, that's kind of terrifying.
Yeah.
So-
I don't like them as fast as in World War Z.
Yeah, because they're like inhuman.
Yeah.
Like wild. Man, the new Army of the Dead movie that's coming
that
out with
looks so
Zack
good.
Snyder's done looks
Yes.
really good. I'm
Yes,
excited
looks
about
good.
that. What else have we been watching? We watched
Reno 911.
Yeah, Reno. I was gonna say that Reno 911. Chia had never really watched. She'd watched like a couple
No, yeah.
episodes.
So I get that mixed up with Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
Because they all have numbers.
They do. And they're like...
There's a
cop
9 in this one and there's a 9 in that one. How am I supposed to even tell them
there's-
apart?
They're also comedic cop shows, so there's that.
Well, I guess, but you know, technically, I think Reno 911 is detectives.
I think you're right.
I'm making a joke.
But
They're all
I'm
cops.
still saying,
I'm listening.
I'm not as dumb as you're making me out to be.
I'm not trying to. Reno 911 is funnier than I remembered.
Yeah, it's funny. It had me going.
I know, which made me happy. The moment I put it in, I told you, I was like, have you seen this? And you're like, I think I've seen a couple episodes. And I was like, this is your kind of show. Like, it's so just ridiculous. I knew you were going to love it. So we've been watching that. And that was another one that Steve let us borrow. And then I'm trying to think if we did anything. I think the only other movie that we watched the best of Adam Sandler.
Oh yeah,
Saturday Night
that's
Live.
been good.
It's the only Saturday Night Live DVD that I have, but that's about to change because I'm going to be buying those also.
Yeah,
because you can get them on Amazon or eBay or like whatever for fairly cheap now. So because no one wants DVDs, and I don't care. I'll buy cheap DVDs.
it's just crazy to me.
Yeah, I'll do it. So that's what we've been watching, and I think I feel pretty good, but I think it would be okay for us to do a mental health check-in. What do you think?
All right.
And now it's time for a mental health check-in with Chia and Jake. Or Jake and Chia, depending on who wants their name first.
I think it's safe to say I feel pretty good.
Do you?
It was a roller coaster of emotions this week, though.
Yes, it was.
It was a lot of there was a lot of ups and downs. There was just worried about the baby that we were kind of helping out with. That kind of had us back and forth, just wondering what was going on. Just the uncertainty of like not knowing how long we were gonna have the baby.
Yeah.
I think that was a big part of it. Which we didn't want to make it seem like it was an inconvenience by any means or anything like that, but it was just not knowing, because we also kind of have something, I don't know if she wants to talk about it, but we kind of have a big thing coming up in our life. We're changing our lives like dramatically.
Yes, in the next about 5 months.
Yeah, so it was like, well, how long, like, what are we going to be doing here?
Yeah.
And also, like, our kids are about to get braces, which also is like a crazy thing to think about with the change that's coming up in our life and everything. Do you just want to talk about it?
So for me, my mental health, it was really difficult with the baby being here emotionally, because I can never, I can't imagine being in that position as a parent. I can't imagine my child being taken from me. But at the same time, I worry about the child. Like, what's best for this baby? Is going home the best? Because obviously, I always want to think being with a parent is the best thing. But, it's just crazy. For anyone out there who fosters, you're amazing. I've told Jake for years, I feel really guilty that we don't foster. I actually don't think I could handle it now.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we're very lucky to where we knew exactly what was going on with the baby, and we knew that, the baby going back home, that it was going to be in a safe environment, and like we understood everything. So like for this, it was easier. It was easier because it was just like we knew exactly what was going on. But there was definitely like some scary moments of just the uncertainty. So I'm the same way. Like I don't think I could do it. Like, I don't think I could.
We didn't know what next week looked like. There wasn't a lot of touching base with us once baby was here and settled. Like, okay, this is the next step, and we're going to, have a check-in with mom at this time.
Yeah, nothing like that.
Nothing. I mean, we got a phone call one day from my mom saying, hey, baby's mom is coming to get baby today. And we were like, okay.
Yeah, which is like great. She, that's good that everything's cool to where she can go home, come pick her up and everything, and they can go home together. But it was just like...
And this wasn't a typical foster situation anyways. It was a little unique. And that we got to have more contact with the parents than I think most people usually do.
I'm sure, yeah.
So that was really, really rough on me. But so what Jake's talking about as far as planning for the future, we have always talked about me.
Wait, but again, we don't want to make it seem like it was...
No, I loved having the baby.
No, yeah, not just that, but saying that it was rough on me. It was worse on her and the parents.
Yes. No,
like
definitely.
Yes. Like you were saying, like definitely. So we don't want to make it seem like it was about us.
No.
But it turns out that this podcast is about us.
Yeah.
So I think it's okay for us to say how we felt.
Well, I think in that situation,
they can say how they felt on their podcast.
Everyone. I think every foster parent who fosters, it affects them too. Yeah. But like I said, the people who you do it and you continue to do it, you're absolutely amazing. So our big thing coming up in about 5 months is I have always talked about travel nursing. Ever since I decided to become a nurse, that was what I wanted to do for the future. Now, I'm an LPN, and there are not as many opportunities for LPNs to travel in the kind of areas that I would prefer to be going to, med-surg nursing and rehab nursing. So I thought. So we thought, oh, we'll put it off. I'll go back to school to be an RN. But before I was able to get more grants, now I make more money. So now I actually need to pay out of pocket. And then I'm like, well, then I have to stay at a job that does some kind of tuition reimbursement. And so it's been kind of up in the air. My job's been up in the air. It's getting ready to move locations, and the way they use LPNs is going to be different. But now there's another rehab hospital that's getting built, so I thought about going there. So literally, we had no idea what we were going to do. And it's been giving me a lot of stress and anxiety. So I started looking into a few more travel agencies, and it does look like there's quite a few rehab hospitals and acute care hospitals that will use LPNs. So we have decided.
Drum roll.
I don't know what that was.
And not a drum roll.
In October,
It's like a jelly roll.
I will go down to a PRN schedule for the current hospital I work at, and we will do agency nursing. So my first assignment, I'm going to start calling agencies tomorrow. I'm going to look into hopefully taking a place that's no more than 4 hours away. Mm-hmm. So the way agency nursing works is some contracts can be really short. There it can be 4 weeks or 8 weeks, but a typical one is 13 weeks. So, and that's what I'll be looking into. So we're looking about 3 months at a time. So my first one, I don't want to be more than 4 hours away, but then the next one will go, however, 10, 15 hours, whatever.
Oh, it'll
Florida.
be however close the ocean is.
Yeah.
It's got to be somewhere with the ocean or a mountain.
Yes.
But preferably an ocean.
So I will make considerably more money, and so I'll be able to put money away from school. That pushes school back for me, though. So I was hoping to be into a transition program to become an RN next year. Now we're looking at maybe the year after that.
Yeah, because I look out, America. I will be homeschooling the children.
For a year. So, and that's another
Possibly,
thing.
though, we've talked about it. We're going to look into virtual classroom.
We're going to talk to our kids' school and see if we can do that.
Do that, that's what we prefer to do.
Yeah,
that
to keep them in the loop with their
Yes.
current school system.
So, just get them computers to where they can just log in every day and do that. And that way, whenever we come back, and also that way, like, they stay in touch with, classmates and everything like that. Like, I think it would be, that would be the best way of doing it.
Yeah.
That way they're still getting structure with schooling and everything, and they're not having me teach them.
Yeah. Well, we'll still have to do a lot of it. So.
And I'm excited because, like, I've always wanted to travel. I
Yeah.
never really have that much.
Yes. And we'll still have our home base here. I mean,
Yeah.
that's another wonderful thing about sharing a home with my mom is it's not like the home's going to be unattended. Not
we don't
we
have to get rid of the dogs, and we don't have to get rid of the chickens or the
find
rabbits.
someone who can stay in our house for a few months. Like, someone's here. And I keep losing my train of thought. Oh, this is really the time to do it. Jasmine's getting ready to go in 7th grade, and I think both have agreed that high school is not the time to be dragging our child around.
Right.
So our original plan was for me to do in-state travel when the kids were maybe in high school. And then when they were out of the house, except for maybe some summers, is when me and Jake would just travel.
Yeah, but I kind of wanted the kids to have the experience
I think it'll be great, yeah.
Well, I do.
So
I think it'll get them out
it.
of their sandbox. It'll allow the kids to really grow into their own personalities without any kind of outside influence for the most part. I mean, I think it makes sense. I think it's
I think it'd be great for diversity purposes too. I think, hopefully we'll get into some cities where our kids, and again, they won't be going to school. So that's kind of a hiccup.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, we'll be going to places in these locations, and like, I think it would be good if we're in a position to where our kids are maybe possibly the minority in a neighborhood to where they're like, I'll never understand exactly where minorities come from, but at least I got a taste a little bit. Like, obviously,
we're white.
We're not going to,
so
we won't feel.
We're not going to feel like oppression stuff, but feeling like I don't know what it's like to be the only white person in school.
Right.
But, when I went, even though I went to school in Monroe County, there was hardly any black, Latina, or is it Latinx? There's
Sure.
a new way to say it
Yeah.
now. Sorry if I'm offending anyone. I forget how to say it. Or people from Asian backgrounds. If you put all those kids, all the non-white kids together,
Yeah.
it was still a small percentage.
Right, yeah. So
and
and not just that, but then also like just the the culture, it's just and not having the same thing over and over again with the kids, like being able to go and then being able to be like, okay, well now we live by the ocean.
Yeah.
So guess what? We're at the beach a lot. We get to just have this life and feel what it's like.
Right.
Because I don't want my kids to feel like they have to just stay in Indiana whenever they grow up. It's just like, you go where you feel like you're the happiest. Obviously, I want you close to me, but we're going to be traveling anyway.
Yeah,
so it's
until
like,
they decide to have kids and then they have to move home.
whatever.
Oh, yeah. Well, you think I'm kidding.
I'm not going to make my kids do anything they don't want to do.
Okay, that's good. I will.
They're so rude.
I'm not rude. Go have life experiences. That's why,
That's why I'm doing it in middle school. While you're in middle school, you've already done everything in middle school. You already traveled the world in middle
they
school.
can go to college outside of Indiana. I would prefer them not because it's going to cost us extra money, but whatever. But when they have babies, gosh darn it, we are building a separate wing of the house for each child and their husband or wife or whoever they
I don't
marry.
see me ever living in a home with wings unless I live in a plane.
Well, we can make it like a villa.
A village?
A villa.
I don't know what a villa is.
It's like, it's,
I know it's a house, but...
yeah, but it's like a house with like a almost like a courtyard garden in the middle.
Okay.
Like it goes in a square,
You're a square. I ain't living in a square house.
Well,
This house is a square.
yeah. L7
Weenie! Let's get into the topic of the show.
Should I tell my story first?
What story?
About earlier in the car? With the kids?
Yeah, we're talking about kids right now. You might as well go ahead and talk about it.
So, word to the wise for some of you. Can I tell both things?
Yeah.
Okay. Word to the wise. When you are in the car with your children and you decide to listen to some early 2000s hip hop, the music I grew up on that I loved, while it's very important to pay attention to the road, don't kind of zone out to where that's all you're focusing on, because you might accidentally realize your children have listened to half of Get Low.
From the window to the wall. Where's the sweat dripping, Mom?
Water's crawling.
God.
So I shut it off real quick.
Why does he want her to get low?
And I thought, what song came on before this? So there's that. There's also
What song came on before?
I don't know.
We are not good parents.
No.
I'm letting Jasmine watch horror movies at 12, and you're just like, that's nothing. Listen to this.
So I'm also a bad parent in the fact that I will let my kids listen to music with cuss words and some F words in it. I forgot how many of those songs said the F word how often. But here's another thing. When you are raising your children to be loving, caring people who are culturally and racially sensitive, remember that when you are listening to early 2000s hip-hop, because your soon-to-be 12-year-old daughter will be absolutely shocked when she hears the N-word over and over again.
Yeah.
So I was listening to Country Grammar by Nelly. I'm not even thinking about how often he's saying the N-word. It never bothered me before. She goes, Mom, how many times is he going to say the N-word? And I started laughing. I was like, I'm sorry. I didn't realize how much he said it.
Oh, he's allowed.
Well, she
said it once.
goes, Mom, what color is this rapper? And I said, he's black. And she goes, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But she's fully understanding that.
She thought for a second, like, if you're listening to a white rapper, though, that she's like, my mom's a racist.
She probably would have killed me. But so while she completely understands that the N-word is okay for a black person to say, she still doesn't like to hear it.
Sure.
Which I'm glad. I want her to feel like gross when she hears the N-word because I don't want her to think it's ever okay to say it.
Sure.
So I decided to switch it. And I switched it to In the Club by 50 Cent, who shortly after says it. And she goes, Mom, what color is this rapper? And I said, he's black too. It's okay. She goes, okay. And I was like, I mean, I guess we did a good job, but now I guess there's certain songs that she won't listen to with me.
I mean, it is.
I mean, I think as she gets
I like
older,
how you're upset. You're sad that she won't listen to some of these songs. Like, it's probably a good thing. She should not be hearing these.
Yeah, but what if she likes rap that's like newer, like that mumble rap? Sorry if that offends you, but
Then she likes it.
okay.
They watch a lot of stupid YouTube stuff. It's no different.
Yeah, but if I don't know. I'm one of those people that I like to listen to a lot of different music, and I do love rap, but I like lyrical rap. Like, give me some of your, words that make sense.
All right.
I'm gonna be judgmental about mumble rap. I'm sorry. I don't
No,
like
it's fine. I mean,
But I'm not gonna be one of those people either that says I like all types of music.
yeah, you shouldn't be one of those types of people. In fact, Dusty Slay has a hilarious joke about it.
He does.
And you should all go to YouTube right now and
great.
look up Dusty Slay to find that joke.
You should.
So I think that brings us to the maybe. Are you ready for the topic of the show?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready for the topic of the show?
Ready.
Say you're ready for the topic of the show.
I'm ready for the topic of the show.
And now, time for Tots. The topic of the show.
Okay, so I had a great idea for topic of the show. I really did. I had a great idea, but I didn't have time to do the research. So,
Yeah, because internet.
I have a phone.
I was trying to give you an out.
I need an in. Don't be perverted about it. I was just joking. So I was going. Speaking of being perverted, I was going to read reviews for strip clubs.
I set you up.
Yeah. Oh, you set me up, and I'll knock you down. That wasn't. Wait, that's a weird. I don't know.
That was weird.
Yeah. I was going to read reviews for strip clubs because one time, whenever I was a salesman, I had to find the address for the local strip club to try to sell them our supplies, I guess you could say, our services.
This could go so many ways.
So anyways.
What kind of salesman were you, Jay? The naughty variety?
I sold grass. I cut grass. So it was actually for plowing. Snow removal. But
Oh God!
Right.
Why can't we do it?
And then I called them and I was just like, "Hey, do you guys need to get plowed?" And they were like, "Don't call here again." I was like, "Why can't I get this sale?" No, but whenever I looked it up, I seen it was on Google, and I seen that people had left reviews, and I'd never thought of this before.
Yeah.
And I was just like, "This is amazing." People actually are leaving reviews for strip clubs, and some of them were so funny. But I really want to do it justice.
Okay.
Funny enough, a lot of the strippers are named Justice.
Justice! I don't really appreciate how if I get too loud, the mic shuts off. Like, you calm down. I will be at the volume I want to be.
But I think it hears it through my headphones, so it thinks that there's feedback.
It hears it? The computer hears it?
Yeah, like my mic picks up your... through the headphone. Anyway, so I couldn't do
voodoo magic.
So I want to do it. I want to do it. Justice is dead. Her soul journeys. 12 people get that joke. Instead, what I did was I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna look up really funny Amazon ones right now.
Okay.
Because I'm like, there's got to be an article that just combines some of the funniest ones.
Yeah.
So I just pulled up the first article. I have not read any of this yet.
Oh, geez.
That's the best, though, right?
Yeah.
Is whatever. So that's the other issue, is that with the other one, with the strip clubs, I have to read them all first because I want to vet them. I want to vet the strippers.
There might be... there might be some things that don't need to be said on here.
Exactly. So this is for Amazon. So these are the best Amazon reviews. Let's get going. Number one, Bic for Her medium ballpoint pen. That's what it's called. It's a Bic pen.
For her.
For her.
Oh.
That's what it's called. A Bic for Her medium ballpoint pen. So here's the review that was left. It's a 5-star review, and the title is Great Product. My husband has never allowed me to write. As he doesn't want me touching men's pens.
Oh my God.
However, when I saw this product, I decided to buy it using my pocket money. And so far, it has been fabulous. Once I had learnt to write, the feminine collar and the grip size, which was more suited to my delicate little hands, has enabled me to vent thoughts about new recipe ideas, sewing and gardening.
Oh my God.
My husband is less pleased with this product as he believes it will lead to more independence, and he hates the feminine tingling sensation. Along with the visions of fairies and rainbows he gets whenever he picks it up.
I love how far this person took it. Because why? Why for her?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
I like
almost
purple
feel
pens.
like that's a super misogynistic pen. Like,
No, it is.
Yeah.
And that's why she's just like, oh, golly gee. Oh, man, I love that.
oh, thank you for thinking of us. We've always wanted pens.
So, finally, equal rights is happening. Maybe I could use this to vote with one day.
Oh, my word. Mercy me.
Can't wait till we can vote. All right. So that's a great one. All right. So here is number 2 is called the Wanger.
I love it already.
It gets better. Wanger 16999 Swiss Army knife giant. Look at the size of that thing. It is huge. It looks like a garden plow.
That?
Looks like a tiller.
That looks terrifying. That's
tiller
the
you
stuff
keep in your
nightmares
pocket.
are made of.
So this, let's see. Christy gave this a 3-star review, and it says changed my life. But only 3 stars. Didn't change your life that much.
Not that much.
All right. Received this knife as a gift for my 18th birthday. Wish I'd known what it was because as soon as I touched it, I grew a mustache and became a Navy SEAL. Mom fainted and my dad laughed and handed me a beer. I was born a girl. Minus 2 stars because my breasts were really nice.
That's why.
So that's why it's only 3 stars. Oh. Well done. All right, here we go. Number 3.
What is this?
Where is baby's belly button? A lift the flap book. That sounds creepy.
Okay.
All right, so it's got a 1-star review from Pac-Man, and Pac-Man knows something about buttons.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That dude's been eating buttons for a long time.
Yeah, he's got it.
Some call them dots. Did you know that the ghosts in Pac-Man are not actually dead spirits? But they're the Japanese version of ghosts, which are also like living entities, because like the Western version of ghosts are different.
Oh.
They're just like spirits. I learned that tonight.
Nice.
So that's just a fun little thing. All right, let's see. Do not buy this book. You can see the ending right on the cover. I guess it's just a belly button. This book is completely misleading. The entire plot revolves around finding baby's belly button. The title makes this much clear from the beginning. However, there is no mystery. There's no twist. Baby's belly button is right where it's supposed to be, on baby's stomach. Right where it clearly shows you it is on the cover of the book. This plot is completely Sorry. This plot is a complete... I can't even read Baby's Belly Button book. This plot is a complete mess as a result of its reliance on the mystery of where the belly button is. Everything falls apart the second you realize that the belly button was in the plain sight all along.
All along it was
There
there.
is no conflict. There's no character development, and there is scarcely any plot. Whoever wrote this book must have a serious error in judgment, because you would have to be an infant to not immediately understand where baby's belly button is. This is one of the worst pieces of literature I've ever read. Oh, Pac-Man. All right, number 4 is WMA Blue Amazon Kindle Waterproof Case cover protective bag pouch.
That's
a
long.
wordful. So this is a protective case, waterproof protective case for an Amazon Kindle. 5 stars. Hoping it'd be crap, her Kindle would slip out and electrocute her.
What?
Jeez. Ben Harrison is a madman, it sounds like. All right. All right, now we got it. I got this for my mother-in-law for bath time, hoping it'd be crap. Her Kindle would slip out and electrocute her. So far, this bloody thing is staying in one piece. Great for waterproof kindling, crap for murder. What? Ben Harrison, you
Just so you know,
madman.
Ben, if her Kindle does slip in there, it still won't electrocute her.
It's not plugged in.
Silly Ben.
Yeah, we'll teach you something about killing Ben. All right.
Listen, she
This is
needs to
called
have the charger connected.
This is called, I'm going to say Hutzler and not Hustler. That's Hutzler. Hutzler 571 banana slicer. You know, because you need one.
You do.
You know how many
Who
times
wants to use a butter knife?
Well, you know how many times I've looked at a banana and just thought, you know what would make this easier is just squishing it. How are you going to slice it? It's going to squish.
You think so? Let's find out.
Let's find out.
About to find out.
5 stars. Saved my marriage.
Oh, thank God.
This is from,
We should have
is
got
that
this a
Miss or
long time ago.
Mrs.? That's Miss.
Mrs.
That's Mrs.?
Is there an R in it?
It's MRS, so that's Mrs. Right?
Mrs..
All right, so she is married.
Yes.
So it's not a joke.
No.
All right, this is Mrs. Toledo. What can I say about the 571 banana slicer that hasn't already been said about the wheel, penicillin, or the iPhone?
Right, you put it right there with those things.
This is one of the greatest inventions of all time. My husband and I would argue constantly over who had to cut the day's banana slices. It's one of those chores no one wants to do. You know, the old, I spent the entire day rearing our children. Maybe you can pitch in a little and cut these bananas. And of course, the old, you think I have the energy to slave over your damn bananas? I worked a 12-hour shift just to come home to this? These are the things that can destroy an entire relationship. It got to the point where our children could sense the tension. The moment I heard our 6-year-old girl in her bedroom reenacting our daily banana fight with her Barbie dolls, I knew we had to make a change. That's when I found the 571B banana slicer. Our marriage has never been healthier, and we've even incorporated it into our lovemaking.
Oh my God.
Thanks, 571 banana slicer.
No.
Toledo's wild.
Wild.
All right, number 6, Creative Arts by Charles Leonard Glitter.
Okay.
Do you think that's his name, Charles Leonard Glitter?
I hope so.
Like, because I feel like if your name is Charles Leonard Glitter,
You need to make something crafty.
you're either going to get into the craft world or become a stripper.
Yeah.
Those are the only 2 things you're allowed to
Maybe
do.
he did both.
I don't know. Maybe.
Or she.
Well, I mean, I could see if it was Charlie. How many Lady Charles are out there?
I don't know, but I haven't met every woman in the world, Jake.
You know what? When you're right, you're right.
Yeah.
Let's get into this. 5 stars. Great for more than just arts and crafts. From Brian Spatz. I feel like maybe I should have read through some of these. You know what I mean? Because it's like, this is a fairly clean podcast, and
Yeah,
I'm getting a little worried.
be careful.
All right, so I'm just going to get into it, and we'll see what happens. So I woke up in the middle of the night in my 2-bedroom apartment. I find my roommate. It's actually said, I find me roommate. I find me roommate. I find my roommate passed out face down on the wooden floor. I think nothing of it and go back to sleep. The next morning I wake up to go to work, and there's a homeless guy asleep on my couch. My roommate woke up still drunk and had made friends with a bum. And this is the second time he let a stranger off the street just stroll in and pass out. Great. Well, you know what? First of all, Brian, before I go on, that is great. Well done, roommate. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't know if he vetted him first. If they had like a 10,
That's
15-minute
true.
conversation, make sure that they're okay and safe.
Do they really know that the roommate doesn't know this person. Maybe it was a long lost friend or uncle or something. Like,
yeah.
you don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
You're just making assumptions.
Yeah.
You don't even know if that person's really homeless. They could have just had a hard night at the bar and got in a bar fight and got pushed into like a garbage can or on the street, and they just were too tired to take a shower. You don't know.
All right, so let's get into this.
Judgy.
You're probably thinking, what does this have to do with my arts and crafting? Well, I bought this product and proceeded to cover everything my roommate owns in glitter. Every t-shirt, every book, every pair of shoes, his bed, I covered his entire life in glitter. He will have glitter in every crevice of his existence until he dies. Did some track out all over my apartment? Yes. Does the carpet look like a Care Bear farted all over it? Yes. Did he threaten to kill me? Sure. But will he ever let another stranger sleep on the couch? No. Will I ever have to worry about a random guy off the street murdering me in the night? No. You don't know that for sure, Brian.
Okay, and now you just have to worry about your roommate murdering you in the middle of the night.
And what's worse, your roommate who's just letting some guy sleep one off on the couch, or
Which, again,
you who destroyed private property?
I had no inkling that you had a conversation that they didn't know the person.
Yeah, and then he says, all the security for just $12.44, unbelievable, staggering value. Cannot recommend enough. You're hot garbage, Brian Spats. Like, come on. Like, that's just ridiculous. You destroyed
that's
stuff.
a little much.
You destroyed things. Okay, so let's see. Star Wars Battlefront Deluxe Edition, PlayStation 4. Number 1 star. Congratulations, EA. You earned 1 star. Congratulations, EA. You earned 1 star. Additional stars can be purchased for $5.49 each. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay. Number 8. Sugar-free gummy bears, 5-pound bag.
Okay, I have heard that sugar-free gummy bears are not a good idea.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Why?
Because you'll go to the bathroom a lot.
Okay, so let's see. Oh, I think that's what we're getting at. So this is a number 1 star. So 1 star, number 1. 1 star review. Just don't, unless it's a gift for someone you hate. Oh, man. Words cannot express what happened to me after eating these. The gummy bear cleanse.
I've heard, I swear.
If you are someone who can tolerate the sugar substitute, enjoy. If you are like the dozens of people that have tried... What? If you are like the dozens of people that tried my order, run. Oh, tried like the dozens of people that they gave it out to.
Yeah.
Got you. I'm an idiot. First of all, for taste, I would rate these a 5. So good. Soft. True to taste. Fruit flavors like the sugar variety. I was a happy camper. But, or should I say, but...
With 2 Ds?
Not long after eating about 20 of these, all hell broke loose.
I bet.
I had gastrointestinal experience. Did I say that right?
Yes, you did.
Oh, dang,
Good
dude.
job. Rock on.
Like nothing I've ever imagined. Cramps, sweating, bloating beyond my worst nightmare. I've had food poisoning from some bad shellfish. Ooh, that is like shellfish. From some bad shellfish. And that was almost like a skip in the park. A skip in the park? Does people say that?
Yeah,
Typically you walk through the park.
No,
Who's
like,
skipping? Who's skipping through the park?
Children.
Yeah,
happy
but it's not...
happy people, Jake.
I feel like it's easier to walk, though. Why are you skipping?
Because you're just so excited, but you're not like, you don't have enough energy to run, so you skip.
A skip in the park compared to what was going on inside me. Then came the flatulence. Mm-hmm. Heavens to Murgatroyd.
Is that what it says?
Yeah, Heavens to Murgatroyd.
What is that?
It's from a movie, and I can't remember what movie right off the top of my head.
Garbage.
Look it up while I'm doing this. Heavens to Murgatroyd. This sounds like trumpets calling the demons back to hell.
Oh my god.
Okay, so it's nowhere in the Bible does it say the trumpets will bring the demons back to hell.
That's true.
As a matter of fact, the trumpets are for the angels. Which demons, I guess, are fallen angels. So, the stench. Like 1,000 rotten corpses vomited. Jeez, lady. That's hardcore.
Wait, what?
She said, the stench, like 1,000 rotten corpses vomited.
Jesus.
I couldn't stand to stay in one room for fear of succumbing to my own odors. But wait, there's more. What came out of me felt like someone tried to funnel Niagara Falls through a coffee straw.
It was... Sorry,
so gross.
Heavens to Murgatroyd was made popular by Snagglepuss, a cartoon pink mountain lion created by Hanna-Barbera in 1959.
Okay, thank you.
There you go.
I swear, my sphincters were
My
screaming.
sphincters.
Well, does sphincter have an S at the end of it, or does that mean more than one sphincter?
Look.
It just says sphincters. There's an S. I don't think it's silent. It doesn't sound like it was silent at the time either. I swear my sphincters were screaming. It felt like my delicate starfish was a gaping maw projectile vomiting a torrential flood of toxic waste.
Holy cannoli.
100% liquid. Flammable liquid. Napalm.
Oh my gosh.
It was actively a bit humorous for a nanosecond, as it was just beyond anything I could imagine possible, and it went on for hours. I felt violated when it was over, which I think might have been something in the sometime in the early morning of the next day. There was stuff coming out of me that I ate at my wedding in 2005.
Oh my God.
I had 5 pounds of these innocent-looking, delicious-tasting hell bears. So I told a friend about what happened to me, thinking it had to be some type of sensitivity I had to the sugar substitute.
Oh no.
And in spite of my warnings and graphic descriptions, she decided to take her chances and take them off my hands. Silly woman. All the same for her. And a phone call from her while on the toilet, because she kinda ended up living in the bathroom for a spell, telling me she was really wished that she had listened to me. I think she was crying. Her sister was skeptical and suspected that we were exaggerating.
Oh my God.
She took them to work since there was still 99% of a 5-pound bag left. She works for a construction company.
Oh my God.
Where there are builders, roofers. What is wrong with me? The house and home get me.
Do they?
I don't know. I keep one. If it's house, I always want to say home. House painters, landscapers, etc. Lots of people who generally have limited access to toilets on a given day. I can't imagine where all these poor men and women pooped that day. I keep envisioning men on roofs crossing their legs and trying to decide if they can make it down the ladder or if they should just jump. If you order these, best of luck to you, and please don't post a video reviewing the aftershocks.
Oh my...
Jeez.
Jeez.
P.S. When I ordered these, the warnings and disclaimers and legalese were not posted. I'm not a moron. Also, not sure why so many people assume I'm a man. I am a woman. We poop too. Of course our poops...
Did you assume it was a man?
No, I
envision a woman.
Yeah. I'm a woman. We poop too. Of course, our poop sparkles and smells like a walk in the meadow of wildflowers.
That's true.
Thanks for all the great comments. I've been enjoying reading them, and so glad that the horror show I experienced from snacking on these has at least made some people smile. Man, I feel exhausted after reading all that. I feel bad. Man.
I have heard they were bad. I didn't know it was that bad, but I've heard... So sugar-free gummy bears are a no-no.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like it. All right, we're on number 9 now. This is overhead rubber penguin mask from Happy Feet.
Oh.
And then it says animal fancy dress. So I don't know what that means. Just is a weird way of saying something. So we got 4 stars. I wear this mask to sing lullabies to my children.
Oh my God, it looks horrifying.
Yeah, it's terrifying looking. Sir Chubbs is the name. So I wear this mask to sing lullabies to my children. They are terrified of the mask. Whenever they protest about their bedtime or ask for too many sweets, I whip out the mask and put it on, and they soon know who's the king penguin.
That's horrible.
Jeez.
This mask is seriously scary looking.
I'm buying one.
It's a penguin head, but the mouth's open and it's got dead eyes and.
All right, so this man, that's a.
Why is that so long?
Here's the title. 6-foot Buddha.
Let me look.
What is it? 6-foot Buddha
Maitreya.
Where do you see a G? Maitreya?
Maitreya.
The Christ copper meditation pyramid system for healing. Polished copper connectors with 4-inch capstone from Buddha the Christ Shambhala healing tools.
So I've
that's
kind
what
of
this
seen
is.
these before.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, it's
I've
so
never
you're
seen
supposed to. So it's like this pyramid shape that you can get into, and you meditate inside of it.
Okay, so it's just a pyramid shape that you're supposed to sit inside.
Yes.
What's the purpose?
I don't know. I don't know that much.
Probably like to align your chi.
Yeah.
All right, 1 star, incomplete item. Joseph Fanning says.
Oh, jeez.
This tent was missing its...
I knew it was something dumb.
This tent was missing its stakes, tarp, and fly cover. I had to cover it in vines and leaves for my camping trip. And I got soaked overnight when it rained. Coincidentally, my hepatitis is gone now.
Why?
Because it's a healing tool.
Oh, stop it.
All right, number 11. Veet for men hair removal gel cream.
Okay.
5 stars, good product by Dennis. Makes my farts sound louder. Makes my farts sound louder. The hair must have acted as a interlocking silencer. I give the big thumbs up. 5 out of 5. That's so stupid. Oh, do you get it?
Read it again.
I knew you didn't get it based off your reaction.
Read it again.
It's hair removal.
Yeah. And he said it.
He said it makes farts sound louder because the hair must have acted as an interlocking silencer. Like his butt hair.
I get it now.
Sometimes people have hair on their buttholes.
I know.
And when they fart.
I know. Okay, I've seen a few hairy buttholes in my day. Okay.
Number 12, UFO detector. Internal magnote. Magnometer.
Magnometer.
It's a super easy word. Interfaced with microcontroller for 24 hours, 7 days a week.
You said gastrointestinal though, so that was awesome.
I blacked out. This is a 1 star. All right, 1 star, and it says 1 star is too much for this product.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. I don't know if this is a scam or if mine was broken, but it doesn't work, and I'm still getting abducted by UFOs on a regular basis.
I love it.
Oh man, I knew where it was going before it even started. Number 13 is Nexus Silent Wired Mouse. Okay.
Okay.
This
Wait,
is
a silent wired mouse. Do people have trouble with their computer mouse being noisy?
We're about to find out why some men do. 5 stars, works great.
Oh.
My girlfriend and I were on the verge of breaking up because I would keep her awake at night with my constant mouse clicking. Not anymore. Consider the relationship saved. This mouse is so silent she sometimes forgets I'm even home and invite her lover over. He's a pretty cool guy. I feel like he went too far there.
Yeah.
It was funny.
You were almost funny,
It
and
was-
then
yeah.
you're like, eh.
The Wolf of Wall Street. All right. So,
Let me see. What is it?
the movie, The Wolf
the
of Wall
movie.
Street. So this is number 14, Wolf of Wall Street. 1 star. You want to know why it's 1 star?
What?
There are no wolves in this movie.
I had the same problem. I kept waiting, like I thought maybe they'd
Where
take
the
over the
wolves at?
city, and
Where the wolves at? Man, I've been watching this movie for an hour. Where the wolves at?
it's like when you watch that what is it? 28 Hours Later, and you keep waiting for Sandra Bullock.
Shut up. What is that from?
I forget. It's from a movie.
All right, number 15, English Grammar for Dummies. Okay, 5 stars, is the best book. When I first come to America, my English did cause me problems. In Soviet Russia, you like I did that?
I do.
I couldn't even help it. Like, I can't read in Soviet Russia without doing it. I can
just
say
said
it,
it.
but I can't read it.
Okay.
In Soviet Russia, see, I can't. I was strong teacher. My English Should I just read it all like a Russian?
Just read it. No,
Right.
no, just read
My
it.
English, my English, I know, is the best in all of Petropavlovskia. My brother, Mikhail, he say to me, Nikolai, you go to America. They make you rich, like Tsar. Take many women as lover. Kill many bear. My brother, he is very wise, is greatest toy maker in all of Russia. So next day I wake up, sell my house, say goodbye to wife and children, and go to America to become millionaire. Then, in America, I go to job interview, and they say to me, Nikolai, you are not for the job here. You are not the skills we need. Your English is poor like a child. I take that man and smash his table. I say someday I will be greatest man in all of country. Your children will wish me their father. That day my anger is best of me. It is then I know I must learn better English. So I buy book. English grammar is for dummies by Mr. Woods. Now I am perfect English grammar. I write letter to Mikhail. He write back, Nikolai, your English is like a god. You will be millionaire soon. All of Petropavlovskia is proud for you. Good luck, brother. Please send letter when you are president or maybe even czar. Ha 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 ha. Also, your wife is killed by bear.
Oh my god.
So I say thanks to Mr. Woods for this book. When I am czar, your family will be spared. There's more, but I'm done reading these.
Are you?
Because it looks like there's a lot more.
Oh, jeez.
So if you want to read these on your own, I'm going through them real quick just to see. Yeah, I think I'm going to be done. There's a male chastity device here.
Oh, we all need that.
Someone gave it 5 stars and says it keeps my son from sinning.
Oh my god.
So if you want to read these, it is just Google best Amazon reviews and it'll pop up. But I'm done reading them. I'm done reading them. I think we're about at the hour-and-a-half mark, so we can go ahead. We can close down shop. I had fun.
I had fun.
I had a good time with it.
I learned that I'm an even worse parent than I thought I was today.
Yeah, I learned that we're not the only ones who fight over slicing bananas.
That's true.
Yeah, so
That's true. Maybe that means there's hope for us if we just buy that banana slicer.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just wondering how it's going to spice things up in the bedroom.
I don't know.
How weird. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for listening to this. Did we do a thank you to our Patreon?
No, you didn't because you are crap.
I feel like I was going to do it, and then you...
I told them the story about the kids.
I don't know.
Yeah, but you had already said we were going to do tots, so...
Thank you to the Patreon blessed ones.
Well, thank you for our Patreon subscribers, supporters. I don't know, subscribe to support. We love you very much. Thank you very much for all that you do. Thank you to Jared, Pam, Fawn, Shan, Rachel, Lindsay, Danielle, Anonymous. Thank you very much. We love you guys for all that you do. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for everything that you do. Thank you for just being awesome. Thank you for laughing. Thank you for being blessed. Thank you for all the cool stuff that you do. Just thanks. Just thanks to you. Thanks to the things that we don't even know. Thanks for the times that you are just good people and don't tell anyone because that's the best time.
Yeah, that is.
All right. Well, have a good week. And,
Laugh and be blessed.